Good evening to all pro wrestling fans from all around the world of all shapes and sizes. Welcome to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, I wanted to get on here and quickly cover two things. First off, I'm going to cover the final standings of the league matches of the AEW Continental Classic 2024 tournament. The semifinal matches are set, so I wanted to quickly go over who won the Blue League and Gold League and who the runner-ups are. So I'm going to go over that first, and then I'm going to finish off by going over and reviewing Stardom New Blood 17. I was able to catch that and wanted to go through and review the card. Okay, before we get started, just a reminder, be sure to check out Game Beauty when you have the chance. Link is in the description for some awesome video game themed makeup and cosmetic products. You see something you like and you want to make a purchase, don't forget to use that promo code Blitzball_champ, all in caps, for 10% off of your order. So check that out. Happy shopping. Okay. AEW Continental Classic. The league matches have finished. We have our final four. And yeah, interesting turnout, but not too surprised. So let's go over it. All right, we're going to start with the Blue League first. Let's do it. Okay. For the Blue League, let's look at these final standings. So, unfortunately, finishing at the bottom, scoreless, 0 points on an 0-5 record, is the Beast Mortos. Man, they definitely did him dirty. But yeah, losses to Okada, Kyle Fletcher, Daniel Garcia, Mark Briscoe, Shelton Benjamin. Lost all 5 of his matches. Just really sad and really ridiculous. All right. Finishing with a final record of 2-3 with 6 points, Shelton Benjamin. Started off pretty strong, but then really just fell apart. But yeah, victories over Mark Briscoe and the Beast Mortos, but losses to Okada, Kyle Fletcher, and Daniel Garcia. So, kind of a bummer. Got off to a hot start, but then just bombed badly. All right, finishing with a final record of 2-1 with 7 points is the current TBS champion, Daniel Garcia. He got 2 wins over Shelton Benjamin and the Beast Mortos, 2 losses to Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe, and the 1 draw with Kazuchika Okada, which that was quite impressive that went to a draw. But, you know, not bad, but not enough to get one of the top 2 spots. All right. Finishing with a final record of 3-2 for 9 points, Mark Briscoe. He had 3 victories over the Beast Mortos, Daniel Garcia, and Kyle Fletcher, but 2 losses to Shelton Benjamin and Kazuchika Okada. Not bad. Not bad for Mark Briscoe. I know he didn't win this, but still not a bad finish for him. All right. Our runner-up of the Blue League ended up being the current AEW Continental Champion, Kazuchika Okada, who finishes with a final record of 3-1-1 for 10 points total. 3 victories over Mark Briscoe, Shelton Benjamin, and the Beast Mortos. 1 loss, his only loss, was to Kyle Fletcher, and he had a draw with Daniel Garcia. So, not too surprised that he's made the Final Four. So, yeah, kind of figured that was coming. But he's your Blue League runner-up and the winner of the Blue League. Takes that number 1 seed. Finishing with a record of 4-1 with 12 points is the Protostar Kyle Fletcher. 4 victories over Kazuchika Okada, Daniel Garcia, Shelton Benjamin, and the Beast Mortos. And his only loss was to Mark Briscoe. So definitely had quite a great run in the league matches and ended up winning the Blue League. But yeah, there you have it. Kyle Fletcher, your winner of the Blue League, and Kazuchika Okada, your runner-up. All right, let's go over to the Gold League. Gold League really came down to a pretty tight finish, but pretty entertaining. So, sitting at the bottom, finishing with a final record of 1-4, 3 points, even though he didn't compete in every match because he actually came in and replaced Juice Robinson, was Commander. So he only got the 1 victory, which was his last match of the tournament, over Claudio Castagnoli, but losses to Darby Allin, Ricochet, and Brody King, and then the loss to Will Ospreay was from Juice Robinson losing to Ospreay. So, it was a bummer that Juice Robinson got injured. Speedy recovery for him. And Commander, he did his best. He got 1 victory, but hey, he's the new ROH World Television Champion. So, even though he didn't come away with much from this tournament, in general, he didn't come away empty-handed, especially after Final Battle. All right, finishing with a record of 2-3 for 6 points, Brody King. 2 victories over Darby Allin and Commander, but losses to Claudio Castagnoli, Will Ospreay, and Ricochet. Got off to a decent start, but then just took some big losses. But, he ended up getting 1 more win over Commander, but that just wasn't enough to really give him a chance to take over in the tournament. So, really unfortunate because I like Brody King. I've met Brody King. All right, we got 1 competitor that finished 2-1 for 7 points, and that's Darby Allin. So 2 victories over Will Ospreay and Commander. The victory over Will Ospreay, that was pretty big. But 2 losses to Claudio Castagnoli and Brody King, and 1 draw with Ricochet. So, yeah, kind of all over the place with this one. But just not quite enough to land one of the top 2 spots. Came close, but just didn't do enough. All right. We had 1 competitor finish with a record of 3-2, 9 points total. And that's Claudio Castagnoli. 3 victories over Darby Allin, Ricochet, and Brody King, but 2 losses to Will Ospreay and Commander, which him losing to Commander, that was a pretty big upset for Commander. But, of course, he had to cheat to win, but still. But yeah, Claudio came close. He came really, really close. But because of a certain tiebreaker, he did not catch that number 2 spot. But securing the runner-up position of the Gold League, same 3-2, 9-point record, is Will Ospreay. 3 victories over Claudio Castagnoli, which was the tiebreaker, Brody King and Commander, but took losses to Darby Allin and Ricochet. But doesn't take much for the aerial assassin to bounce back, and sure enough, he did, and secured that runner-up spot. And number 1, who ended up winning the Gold League, finishing with a record of 3-1-1 for 10 points total, is Ricochet. 3 victories over Will Ospreay, Brody King, and Commander. His 1 loss was to Claudio Castagnoli, and 1 draw with Darby Allin. So, heel turn in the process, but still was able to win the Gold League. And there you have it. Winner, Ricochet. Runner-up, Will Ospreay. So, pretty interesting tournament overall. Now, of course, they're going to have the semifinals and the finals at Worlds End on December 28th. The semifinal matchups will be Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher. We are very familiar with that matchup. And Ricochet versus Kazuchika Okada. Now, we already had Will Ospreay, Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher beat Will Ospreay. So, in all honesty, because of how these matchups are, I think what's going to end up happening, we're either going to get a rematch between Ricochet and Will Ospreay in the finals, or we are going to get Will Ospreay versus Kazuchika Okada for the first time outside of New Japan Pro Wrestling. I think one of those 2 matchups will be the finals. I think Will Ospreay gets his revenge and defeats Kyle Fletcher, and then Okada or Ricochet, I could see either of those 2 winning, but I think for the sake of, the fact that the title will be on the line, it's probably going to end up being Will Ospreay versus Okada in the finals. Because, I could see how, being that they have not faced each other outside of New Japan Pro Wrestling, this is the opportunity to do it at World's End. So, I'm banking it's probably going to be Okada Ospreay in the finals. So, we'll see how it goes. We will see how that goes. Which hopefully that'll be the main event. It probably won't, but I won't be able to catch it because I'll be in Japan. But still. Alrighty. And now we are going to finish off with Stardom New Blood 17. The final New Blood of the year 2024. And I must say, it finished off with a bang. For sure. Finished off with a bang. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay. Stardom New Blood 17 took place December 26th at the New Pier Hall in Tokyo, Japan. Had 6 matches total, so not bad. 6 matches. Let's go ahead and get into our first match. All right, we started off with a singles match. We had Kohaku taking on the new rookie Matoi Hamabe. I thought it was a pretty solid match to open up the show. Definitely back and forth. Didn't quite hit the 10-minute mark. It was 9 minutes, 30 seconds. Wish it could have hit the 10-minute mark, but not quite. Not quite. But it was a good match. It was definitely a good match. I felt like Matoi did a good job really hanging with Kohaku, and we even got to see a little bit of the high-speed style as well. So I thought it was good. Thought it was really good. Kohaku ended up picking up the victory over Matoi by she hit a frog splash and then pinned her for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, very good finish there for Kohaku. But hey, great sportsmanship from Kohaku to Matoi. So good opening match. Really good opening match. Alrighty. Let's go to our next match. 1 second. Let me get this next graphic up. Just 1 second. Bear with me. 1 second. Alright. Here we go. Okay, sorry about that. Had a technical issue. Um, Next up, we had a trios match. We had pretty much God's Eye versus Team Diana for the most part. But yeah, for God's Eye, you had Ranna Yagami, Tomoka Inaba, and Hina taking on Himiko, Mizuki Kato, and Makoto Yuma. Another pretty solid match. This was pretty action packed for the most part. I definitely enjoyed it. It went almost 12 minutes, about 11 minutes, 48 seconds. But yeah, I thought it was very action packed. And I really loved the synergy with Mizuki, Makoto, Yuma, and Himiko. I felt like they were a pretty strong trio in this match. But God's Eye would reign supreme in this match. And Hina got the victory over, she got the pin on Makoto Yuma after hitting almost kind of like a variation of a jackhammer. It was like a leg hook sort of jackhammer. Don't know what you call it, but hit her with that, pinned her for the 1, 2, 3. But yeah, Hina picking up the victory for God's Eye. Very good. Very good match. Very enjoyable trios match. All right. Let's go to the next match. Now this next match was actually really, really good. I was actually very impressed with this match. Here we go. All right, we had Cosmic Angels versus Team Just Tap Out in a tag match. For Cosmic Angels, you had Yuna Mizumori and Tam Nakano taking on Just Tap Out's Misa Kagura and Sumika Yanagawa. Really good to see these ladies from Just Tap Out once again. Of course, I'll get a chance to see Misa Kagura while I'm in Japan, and Sumika Yanagawa, actually. But yeah, this was actually a really intense tag match. Went 14 minutes, 47 seconds, and it was just, the action was just back and forth. I mean, and shout out to Yuna Mizumori. She did really good in this match as well. I feel like she's been getting better and better and better and just showcased really well. But, man, things got really heated and just intense back and forth between Tam Nakano and Misa Kagura. But when it all came down to it, Tam Nakano actually ended up getting a submission victory. You normally don't see Tam win by submission. But after hitting a tiger suplex, she then pretty much transitions to a submission, almost kind of like a variation. It was kind of like a variation of almost like a triangle choke. just about, or something like that. But she submitted Misa Kagura. And like I said, you normally don't see Tam get a submission victory. But yeah, Cosmic Angels for the victory. And then afterwards, they exchanged some words and then they brawled for a little bit. But it sounds like word is that Tam Nakano might be making a future appearance on Just Tap Out. And maybe her and Misa Kagura will do battle in a JTO ring. So, hey, I can dig it. I can totally dig it. Why not? But great tag match. Really great tag match. Alrighty, let's go to our next matchup. This was also a pretty good one, too. Alright, had more singles action as Empress Nexus Venus's Rian takes on from Pro Wrestling Wave, Honoka. Pretty decent match, just a little bit over 10 minutes. But yeah, I thought this was a good test for Rian taking on Honoka. Honoka, another young up-and-coming star that's been doing pretty well. But yeah, these two went back and forth. We got to see some high-speed action as well between these two. And yeah, it was good. It was good back-and-forth action. But Honoka was able to pick up the victory. Did kind of a variation of like a crucifix-like pin almost. But yeah, pin Rian for the 1-2-3. And yeah, Honoka picks up the victory. And yeah, good match. Really don't have any complaints over that one. Okay, after they did their intermission, they came back with this trio match. Check it out. All right, we had Team Cosmic Angels versus Women's Pro Wrestling Evolution. And this was actually really good. So for Cosmic Angels, we had Saori Anou, Aya Sakura, and Sayaka Kurura taking on Women's Pro Wrestling Evolution's Zones, Chi-Chi, and Soy. Of course, we all know that Evolution has declared war on Stardom. So I expect to see more of their presence on Stardom, through New Blood and through other shows as well. So just prepare yourselves to see more of that. That's what I think. But this match was good. This match was pretty intense. Definitely back and forth. Went 14 minutes, 20 seconds. You definitely got to see a lot of back and forth between Aya Sakura and Chi-Chi. Like, that happened quite a bit in this match. And sure enough, speaking of Aya Sakura, who does have a shot at the Sendai Girls World Junior Championship right around the corner, she picked up the victory for her team. She pretty much hit Chi-Chi with pretty much a skull kick, dropped her to her knees, and then hit her with a buzzsaw kick before pinning her for the 1-2-3. So, impressive finish by Aya Sakura, picking up the victory for Cosmic Angels, and sounds like she has her eyes set on that Sendai Girls World Junior Championship, which she will get her title shot at New Year Dream, which is actually the only title match on that show, which is kind of weird. But Aya Sakura has some momentum going into that show. So, hey, good for her. And then the main event of Stardom New Blood 17. And it's quite a memorable one. for obvious reasons. But here you go. We had the New Blood Tag Team Championships on the line as the champions, DEVILxPRINCESS from Hate, Ranna and Azusa Inaba, defending against Empress Nexus Venus's Rice or Bread, which is Waka Tsukiyama and Hanako. Of course, these ladies have had this shot before, but they were unsuccessful. And here we are once again. Great match. Definitely a great match. It was good to see a lot more synergy with Waka and Hanako. Like, there's definitely a reason they've been teaming up more, and it's definitely showing. Match lasted 17 minutes, 41 seconds. So, wow, almost 20 minutes. Not bad at all. Not bad. And it definitely went back and forth, and great fighting spirit shown from Waka in this match. And just, you know, it really could have gone either way with how the momentum kept going back and forth. But Hanako ends up sealing the deal for Rice or Bread, as she was able to, also impressive that she endured and escaped the hydrangea, hits Ranna with a JP coaster, and then pins her for the 1-2-3. And ladies and gentlemen, Rice or Bread have finally had their first taste of championship gold, as they are now the new Stardom New Blood Tag Team Champions. So congratulations to Waka Tsukiyama and Hanako. This is their first career championships. And wow, Waka has finally done it. I know it's in tag team competition, but hey, a championship's a championship. And she's never had one before. Now she has one. And ever since Hanako came back from that little mini U.S. excursion, she has gotten better, stronger, and now she finally has been able to reap the benefits from that. Came so close to winning the Goddess of Stardom Tag League with Micah, but ends up finishing off on a big note, winning some championship gold in Stardom. So happy for both of these ladies, and they are now the 4th New Blood Tag Team Champions. So congratulations, Rice or Bread, Waka Tsukiyama, and Hanako. Great victory there, and I hope with that happening, especially with Waka, I hope they really continue to book her better and actually make her a little more of a threat. Especially now with her being a champion. It doesn't matter if it's trio, tag, singles, it doesn't matter. She's a champion now. So they need to start treating her like one. I hope this doesn't end up being a one and done with them. And like I said, I'm sure they're probably only going to defend these tag titles on New Blood shows and whatnot. It is what it is. But aside from that, they need to start treating Waka, and with her booking, they need to start treating her like a champion now. Same thing with Hanako, which, you know, they've done a little more with Hanako than with Waka, but with Waka, they need to start treating her like she's a champion. They need to start making her a little more of a threat now. It's time. You don't put a championship on somebody and then just make them continuously eat pins. So I hope both of these ladies have a good, decent run. And yeah, I'm happy for them. Looking forward to seeing where this title run takes them. But that'll do it for this video. Don't forget to check out Game Beauty when you have a chance. And let me know y'all's thoughts What did y'all think about the AEW Continental Classic tournament? How do you think the semis and the finals will end up? And let me know what you thought of Stardom New Blood 17. How do you feel about new blood tag team champions Waka Tsukiyama Hanako, rice or bread? Let me know your thoughts there. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell while you're at it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. For another Pro Wrestling Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. My name is Jason Ingram. Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas, and I hope you all have a Happy New Year. And I'm getting ready to go to sleep so I can get ready to go to the land of the rising sun, Tokyo, Japan. I'll see y'all there. Peace. God bless. Laters.